guys, me Lucy's Bell. So, Bonnie Blue is a liar, right? So I know I said I wouldn't like look into her anymore, but nope, I'm gonna do a full YouTube deep dive on this bitch and expose her fully, as I've done some deep diving and I've found out what a liar she is. So anyway, firstly, I found out that she states in many interviews that she has no daddy issues. They're her words, not mine, okay? She has no daddy issues, but it would appear that she does, as she's never spoken to her actual father and was brought up by her mother and stepdad. So lie number one right there. Secondly, she says she says she left a job in recruitment. Nope, she left a job as a talent scout. Now, I can only assume she left that because she was shit at it, as she lacks, well, apart from the talent she's promoting now, she lacks talent of she lacks talent herself, and this is going back to her. She was a dancer, and she also did a competition in dancing and lost that. So talentless. So this is why she's promoting sexual talents. Oh, you're so talented, aren't you, Bonnie Blue? So there's line number two. So and then said she moved to Oz for like a quiet life to live by the beach. Nope, she went there on the sole purpose of becoming a cam girl. Now, I can only assume at that time she went over to Oz to do this, as she didn't want anyone over here finding out about her. How times have changed now. But she only does it for clout. It's the only reason she promotes the stuff she does, purely for clout, because she's talentless. So there's another lie. So she went over there not to live a quiet life by the beach, for the sole purpose of becoming a cam model. And now she says on many interviews also that she gets men. So before these sexual encounters that she does for free, that disgusting men queue up for, she says that she has like top of the range, like ID and equipment that gets scanned and stuff like that, and also they have to show said proof that they don't have any STIs and everything. Nope, they only have to consent to them being on camera. So it's funny when she's interviewing these gross men, before and after, and they never have their faces on camera, do they? Because they're the gross faces on camera. Sorry, I get so angry. Because people know my history, of course, but gross faces on camera. It's funny she interviews them before and after, but we never see them filling out scanning any IDs or anything like that, or showing any proof of STIs or whatnot. No, they only have to fill out consent forms to be on camera. That is it. So their faces will only be on camera basically when Bonnie Blue's on her knees. That's the only time they'll be on camera. So another thing. Yes. So she started to get backlash because she was proudly promoting going to like schoolies in Oz, and before that saying things like on TikTok, "Hey guys, I'm coming over to schoolies or Freshers Week or whatever it is she's going to, and then bringing 2 hot blondes with me, more holes." Blech. That's all I have to say about that. So yeah, but she's left out on many interviews that she also went to unis like Nottingham, Derby, and Birmingham, doing the same, promoting the same kind of stuff, and also, well, beforehand, doing these kind of TikToks and saying, oh, more holes, come get me, guys. I can only assume that no one turned up. That's why she stayed quiet about these in interviews. I can only assume that nobody turned up. Because this is what I mean. She states, I've interview to interview, a narrative change. And she states on one interview, I've said she gets, sorry guys. She states on interview, and so on one interview I've seen her state she gets checked for STIs every 2 weeks. On another interview it's a week to 10 days. So which is it, Miss Blue? Which is it? So yeah, so so this is, so I think guys in the UK were getting onto her at this point, because I have had a guy in my comments, a young lad in my comments, saying he basically wouldn't go near her with a 10-foot barge pole, basically. So yeah, so they're getting onto her over here. You know, this is why I can only assume no one showed up. So if the roles were reversed here, there would be many, you know, if this was a guy doing this, there would be many petitions. And I've looked into this. I've not seen any petitions to get her cancelled or to get her behind bars, as I believe there would be many. Can you imagine there would be many petitions to either A, get them behind bars, or B, at the very least, get them cancelled. So if I was to start, you know, any kind of petition, either here or over on YouTube, who would sign it? Drop in the comments, because I would love to do that, but I don't think I've got a big enough platform for people to like sign it. But I really want to do this, really want to start a petition to get it at the very least cancelled, just to have it stopped, because this is so damaging. As she tells these men to disrespect me, as she proudly says on many interviews, what are they going to go on to do to the next woman? You know, we need to get this woman stopped. So please drop in the comments who would sign a petition, and I'll also take this to YouTube, because we need to get this woman stopped. So anyway guys, much love.